Where do calories come into play? Proteins and carbs have 4 calories per gram. Fats have 9 calories per gram. Alcohol has 7 calories per gram. That's not really metabolized like proteins, carbs, and fats because it's just a toxin. So when we have our total calories, quantity, when we know our quantity, we have our framework for how much we should be having of proteins, carbs, and fats. So let's just say I'm eating 2,000 calories. Yeah? Of those 2,000 calories, I'm going to have some proteins, some carbs, and some fats. But to keep myself at that 2,000 calories, those all have to be manipulated to keep my 2,000 calories. So if I know I need X amount of protein and I need X amount of fats, well, what's left is going to be giving my quantity of carbs. If I bump up my carbs, but I want to stay at 2,000 calories, I have to lower proteins or fats. So it's kind of a sliding scale for all of these. Does that make sense? Sort of, kind of? Yes? Okay. So quantity is going to be dependent on how many calories you have, but also lifestyle and goals would be the biggest one. Did that answer it? You can say no.
But what's going through my mind is, in reality, who's measuring all this?
Who's measuring carbs?
Like, clearly it's incumbent upon me to know what's going in my mouth and how much.
This is true.
In the reality, like, nobody measures that. Like, unless you're like a weightlifter or
measure your carbs.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I guess you know, like, if you have a certain meal plan, maybe that's how you're doing it.
Yep. So
maybe the question is, how do you best measure that for success?
So the best way to measure all of these is, the only way to measure all of these is to track for a while. And no, I know that sounds daunting. We are not good at guesstimating portion sizes. It's kind of why we're probably where we're at as a society. If I forced you to estimate what 40 grams of carbs looks like in your rice or your sweet potato, do you think you'd do well with that?
No.
No, probably not. Me neither. The only way for us to have an idea of what this is to track initially. Because without tracking, we don't have any idea, right? Now, to get closer to what that is, you could go based off of, hand size, palm, fists, and those handful type diets. And that's going to get you closer to where you want to be. But ultimately, to make nutrition individualized and not just follow a diet, you do have to track. Because you have to bring in the cognitive side of your brain. There has to be thinking involved in the beginning. If you leave it up to emotions and just subconscious, you're gonna get where you are, because that's what's led you here so far. So there has to be some cognitive oversight in the beginning, so that down the road you no longer have to track. But only through tracking do you get the skill of understanding what works for your body and what that actually looks like.